Yes. So once again, yes, to answer the second question, I mean the third question, we have to go back again to it from here, right? So we have which countries have the highest and lowest cancellation. There's top 10 in descending order or something like that. Okay. Right. So we have countries once again coming in and the highest and lowest cancellations. So we have country status, then the cancellation status. Right. So we go back to it. Remember, we want to have all the pivot table appearing in the same sheet. So we have to once again go back to select the same table in order to be able to use it here as well. So we go, just select any part or where you want to have the table. So I want to have it here, so I select this part. Then I go to insert once again. Then I go to pivot table, right? Like table range. And now for the table range, we have to go back. Yes, we want it on the same sheet, so the existing sheet, and that is this sheet here. We have to go back to the table range, and so that also means this place, right? And so this is the table range we're talking about. Then we select like once again A, and we use the Control Shift then right arrow keys to select the same like data set. Then we press OK, and once again we have the same data here, right? Good. So let's make a quick reference to this one, like country and also cancellation status, highest or lowest. So we go back again to the data set, our table here, and we select the country here. We could see, right? So all the countries are listed here, probably 180 or more, or maybe less. Yeah. So they're all selected, and we want to know the is cancelled status, right? So we just select is cancelled, and it gives us that. All right. So these are the number of people who canceled from like different countries, and we could see that from here, right? So that is that. But we're not done with it. It says that we should look at maybe the top 10 or like in descending order or in ascending order. So which countries canceled most? Maybe they're not a fan of our hotel brand, or they just book and they cancel maybe because of our terms and conditions or stuff like that. There could be several factors that needs answering. But before that, we need to know which countries are canceling the most. So once again, we go back here to try and change the sum, right? The sum of the cancelled status and not this one. So we go back here and we could sort from A to Z, remember, or Z to A, nothing will happen because we need to look at the numbers. So we go back again to it, we click back again to it, then we go to the more options and we say we want it in descending order or ascending order. It's all up to us, but we want rather the sum of is cancelled. So we go to is cancelled, then we select OK, and definitely Portugal had the highest number of booking, right? In the same way, they also had the highest number of cancellation. You can see it's running to like 27,000. It's like almost like more than half of our bookings are cancelled. So that is something that needs, look into because it's like almost 50,000 and this is almost like 30,000. So almost more than half of people who book from our hotels are likely to cancel. We need to do something about that. A very important business question to answer or to find answers to. Okay, so now we need to get to the top 10 in the same way. We go back to the filter and we're looking at the values, right? These values here. So we're looking at values and we say the top 10 and we press OK and it gives us that. I wouldn't be so surprised if it's the same or it's even closer to that. So there's Portugal, there's Great Britain, there's Spain. Okay, all right. So it's almost the same. Looks like the probability of uh, a country booking more and getting and canceling seem to have some correlation. So that is something you could see from here. Maybe we can just go ahead and add a bit of design for it to look similar to what's already there. So we could select this or maybe like any other type that we want. So that is how we answer. So these are the countries with the highest number of cancellation in ascending order. And we can equally do it the same for countries with the least cancellation, right? Maybe we can also reprogram it to look more like that. So we can also try to answer that. Go to this place, right? Then insert the pivot table once again, right? So we select this place, then we go to insert a pivot table once more, the same range, right? We want it on the same existing sheet. Then we go to the booking, then we go back and select just the first column, then use Control Shift, then the right arrow key to select the entire table, then we press OK. Once again, we can do the same thing, repeat the same thing, but try to do it in the reverse this time. So we need the country and the is cancelled. So we put the country here. Once again, we select the country. Then we add the is cancelled. So we select is cancelled and we go once again back to this place. We can arrange A to Z. It does not really matter, but we have to rather change the options and go to ascending order, which in this case means the smallest to the biggest. So from here, we rather when you use the sum of is cancelled, we select that one and we press OK, and we can see. So there are quite a lot of countries, right, that seem to have zero cancellation. So let's do the top 10 and we're just going to see that it's zero, right? So here you can see it's easy to do the filtering. So if you're filtering, it's just like top 10, I mean, the list. And you see, that is it. So it takes a good look at those countries from here, right? And look at the number here. Look at the figures here. We're getting the same, right? So these are real cancellations and not just like small numbers like the zero and the rest, right? But it gives us this in the reverse form. We could have equally just gone to this place, right? And rearrange in alphabetical order, right? And it would give us this. But it'll give us something similar to that. But look at this one here. Remember, the filter only applies to the names and not this one, the cancelled status. So you always have to take notice of it. And so you can reverse the course and just have this one. Just press Control Z and it gives you back this one. Yeah, so go ahead and play with it and change the design to, your likeness. And that is so these are ways of answering like key questions using pivot table. Now you can go on ahead in the same way and try to answer like these questions here. Which room type was mostly booked based on the country of origin? So in the same way, we can go to the country type, right? um, and for instance, we can go to the country and we can go to the hotel, or we can go to the type, the customer type, or or the booking type changes, and just use the country, right? Put it, drag it somewhere into one of these, right? Either the columns based on how you want it to appear, but always remember the numbers should go to the values because it's the value that normally brings in the ranking, or that helps you to be able to rank, right? All right, so you can go on with that. But most importantly, I want us to focus in the next video on designing the loyalty programs, which is the main, or which is the crux of this whole series of videos. Okay, so stay tuned.